Greetings and hello everyone. Welcome to Dedebit Media English Broadcasting. I'm Mika Tigray. Today, with a broken heart, I bring to you what happened in Tigray. We all know Tigray was attacked exactly 5 years ago yesterday by the so-called Ethiopian regime led by Abiy Ahmed. And for 2 years, we saw the most brutal war in the Tigray region. The Pretoria Agreement, in consequence of the ruthless attacks and atrocities and genocide committed on civilians in Tigray, was signed between TPLF, the Tigray People Liberation Front, and the government of the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. The agreement was a cessation of hostility for all parties to come to the table and use political dialogue to, one, resolve their differences, and two, return the displaced Tigrayans back to their home, and three, to have a lasting peace in the region for TPLF to be part of the government in Ethiopia. Since then, 3 years later, Ethiopia officially last night had attacked Tigrayan Defence Forces, known in the Pretoria Agreement as TPLF combatants. These are Tigrayan farmers, Tigrayan teachers, Tigrayan professors, Tigrayan bankers, Tigrayan businessmen, businesswomen. After the brutal attack began November 2nd, 2020, to survive, they fought back. In the last 3 years, the Ethiopian regime continuously used every tactic for Tigrayans to fight among themselves and to continually dismantle and destroy the region, which it already was destroyed during the war. In this particular news that we bring to you today, roughly at around 7:30 a.m. or after midnight local time in Tigray, there was a TDF, which is known as the Tigrayan Defence Forces, in the Tigray area known as Tosuna. That is a town borders with the Afar region. About 3 days ago, a group armed and supported by the Abiy Ahmed regime of Ethiopia, armed, financed in the Afar region to attack their fellow Tigrayans, civilians in Tigray, open war 3 days ago inside southern Tigray, known as the Raya region of Tigray, within Tigray. The area where the attack took place is called Raya Azabo Wajarat area. The plan was premeditated by the Ethiopian government, by certain Tigrayans who, in their own disagreements, or those who have criminal behaviors in the Tigray region, had left, and from the Afar region have intercrossed into Tigray multiple times and attacked civilians. And in this process, the Tigrayan Defence Forces moved some of its forces to the border of Tigray and Afar to secure the area, to protect the civilians in Tigray, because the Abiy Ahmed regime of Ethiopia has failed the people of Tigray from protecting them, from providing shelter, and helping them to return to their home, using a blame game to TPLF. And last night, we now know Ethiopia has the Pretoria Agreement. As I speak to you, there are victims of drone attack in the Tigray region, a town called Tosna. The Tigrayan Defence Forces were asleep. The time, as I mentioned, local time 7:30, was after midnight. Obviously, the local time is counted from sunset to morning, 1 to 12, whereas in the West, we do it a little slightly different. So to understand the timing. So the attack began at roughly at about 7:30, past midnight, until about 9 a.m. early morning, still dark night. TDF still asleep. It's reported that multiple wounded and death has taken place, and the type of drone used is called the Winglong, based in the Samara capital city of Afar, which is a region within Ethiopia. The Afar region has been the center of Abiy Ahmed's drone preparation to attack Eritrea and Tigray, and instead of working for peace. The Tigrayan leadership, just about a week and a half ago, we in the diaspora had discussions with them. They want nothing less than peace and to return the people of Tigray to their homes. Many Tigrayans still suffer from the war. Many victims still remember what happened 5 years ago, what Ethiopia did to the Tigray people. Various senators and congressmen and women in the United States have spoken about it, the peace to be restored, for Ethiopia to take responsibility, and to hold those criminals accountable. The very people we say criminal are the very people in charge, like Abiy Ahmed and others who were part of the Tigrayan movement in Tigray, so-called General Tzadkan, so-called former interim president Getachew Reda, are the very people falsely stated on various social media platforms that TPLF has declared war on Afar region. These are totally false and fabricated, planned, prepared, premeditated to start another fresh war and to attack the people of Tigray. In fact, yesterday on this media, on Dedebit, we reported General Sharifo in the border of Tigray and Afar meeting, which is very commonly known, the elders of Afar and Tigray in that region to discuss, to have a lasting peace, to assist what needs to be done for those criminals crossing from Afar into Tigray and attacking Tigrayan Defence Forces and civilians within Tigray. We have the video on Dedebit. I understand the audio you guys will hear is in Tigrinya, and Dedebit invites you in various languages, in Arabic, in English. We'll try to broadcast in French and multiple other languages like Spanish. But we want the international community to know. The United States government, all United Nations members of nations, the European Union, Canada, Australia, and other nations such as Japan, South Korea, to stand with the people of Tigray, to say enough is enough. The attack that took place last night, make no mistake about it, Tigrayan's defense forces, Tigrayan civilians, the Tigrayan leadership, the interim administration of Tigray has no desire to another war. We understand what war is about. We understand the tragedies, the loss of life, the loss of property war brings into any country, region, town, you name it. So for that reason, Tigrayans on the ground, Tigrayan Americans, including myself, been very clear from day one. We do not want war. War is not the solution. War is not the way to go. And war has distracted and destroyed so many precious lives, young and old, women and men, even animals. The infrastructure of Tigray has been destroyed in the brutal attack and atrocities that was committed, led by mainly by the Ethiopian government, inviting inside and outside forces to eliminate the entire region, the entire ethnic of Tigray people. So we call upon, again, the international community to rise up against this brutal attack that took place overnight by the Abiy Ahmed Ethiopian regime. We, once again, as Tigrayans, want nothing less than peace. So by attacking Tigrayan soldiers in their soil while they're asleep, and yet blaming they have crossed over into another region, which did not happen. There's no plan for that to happen. But this is what the plan is. The same falsification that was used 5 years ago to attack Tigray, they're using the same tactic. Burhanu Jula, which is the Ethiopian main general, repeatedly have stated it. Tigray should become independent, should no longer be part of Ethiopia. These are word to word that he has used on a stage. Tigray needs to be gone. We don't need Tigray. And to then turn around and to not allow Tigrayan land, Western Tigray, to be returned to its regional administration, which is the Tigray regional administration, it is the responsibility falls solely on Abiy Ahmed. No one but Abiy Ahmed. The very people that support him, the very people that advise him, like Daniel Kibret, like Getachew Reda, General Tzadkan, and others, should also be held accountable to open another war in Tigray. Let me go further a little bit. Attacking Tigrayan soldiers will not be forgotten. We will not be silent. We will do everything for Ethiopia to stop, to wake up, and to face the truth. The truth is honor the Pretoria Agreement. This is, I want everyone to see, this is the Pretoria Agreement I just read, led by the African Union. The US government was part of it. And as such, we would like the international community to be clear to the Abiy Ahmed regime that the approach by Abiy Ahmed, the current crisis in Ethiopia, in Tigray, and Eritrea is evil. Ethiopian generals, Abiy Ahmed, as a current prime minister of Ethiopia, has repeatedly stated it. He would attack the capital city of Tigray, Mekelle, and make it look like Gaza. He also equally said he will make Asmara, which is the capital of Eritrea, another Gaza, repeatedly on a public stage, threatening the people of Tigray, threatening the people of Eritrea now. So why am I talking about this? For the past 2+ years in the Amhara region, which is another part of Ethiopia, which borders Tigray from the north and Sudan from the west, has been under siege, under attack for the past 2+ years, nearly 2 years and 4 months. Amhara region is what's called under command post, meaning there's no movement at about 6 p.m. the Western time we count, but 12 o'clock their time when the sun sets, everyone has to stay inside. That region has been destroyed, and the world doesn't seem to get it. So the Amhara people have been fighting for their right, for them to exist. And other groups within the Amhara region, called the Qimat and the Agos, who, when Ethiopia implemented the constitution in 1994, were told to join the Amhara region, to be part of that region, when they actually did not want to be part of that. That is different politics. Today, the specific plan here is for America, Canada, Australia, Japan, United Kingdom, other nations, China, Russia. We want all Arab countries to be aware. These drone attacks, these plans are purely supported by United Arab Emirates, a very little country in the Middle East, is being financing, paying billions and billions of dollars to Abiy Ahmed to attack the Tigray region and to steal its resources, such as gold, farming in Western Tigray, equally in Eritrea, to control through proxy war the ports of Eritrea, the Red Sea. Gold, equally, Eritrea has not been able to develop because of the ongoing war that's been going on for so long. So the people of Eritrea, the people of Tigray, in the past 6-7 months have decided to make peace. Everyone should love peace. Everyone should want peace. The peace extended to the Amhara region, to Sudan, to the Afar region. And the Tigrayans won't go further, to the Oromia region, to Beshangul Gumuz, the various regions within Ethiopia, even beyond, simply saying, we need peace. We want to make peace. While they do that, while they work on this, Abiy Ahmed has been very busy getting paid by United Arab Emirates, purchasing drones, spending billions and billions of dollars, while 22.9 million Ethiopians are displaced and in the verge of starvation. Yet billions to spend on buying drones to kill civilians in the Amhara region, the same way, if not atrocities that we see in Gaza, that has happened in Tigray, that has happened in the Amhara region. And now the Abiy Ahmed regime is using a proxy war, using Tigrayan criminals that have left the Tigray region, that have been armed by Abiy Ahmed, which is against the Pretoria Agreement, the very agreement he signed for lasting peace. So where is the African Union? Where is the African Union has a full responsibility as a party, the main leading party for this agreement, signed by, according to the agreement, TPLF, which is Tigray People's Liberation Front, and the government of the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. The implementation has not moved an inch. So Abiy Ahmed has used systematic starvation, systematic blockage, including access from Djibouti that used to come to Tigray, fuels and other resources that you need in Tigray to survive. Those has been blocked. Nearly 15 million liters of fuel has used to enter to Tigray. Now it's down to 1.5 once a week. That is about to stop now. So the attack on the Tigrayan Defence Forces overnight is a declaration of war by Ethiopia. This declaration of war on Tigray will not be the same as we saw it yesterday. If the United States government, the European Union, and other Arab countries don't stand up and say no to this and stop Ethiopia from proceeding to another war. Here's what's going to happen. This war will end up spilling all over the region in the Horn of Africa. That would possibly and highly likely involve Eritrea, Sudan, Tigray, the Amhara region, the Beshangul region, the majority of the Oroma region will expand to Somalia. Well, we know Al-Shabaab resides. Djibouti will be in the midst of it, and possibly it would expand to Kenya, and it may cross over to even other countries in the Middle East through the Red Sea, which is Yemen, which is Saudi Arabia. The proxy war that United Arab Emirates are using United Arab Emirates proxy to Saudi Arabia is very close. So the Horn of Africa and the southern part of the Middle East, we can see crisis where the Red Sea, America's interest, Europeans' interest, could potentially be at risk. Better yet, you could have millions and millions of Ethiopians leaving the country. The Middle East and Europe will be in crisis, accepting refugees in the millions. So do we want refugees from Ethiopia all over in the millions, possibly many of them dying at the Red Sea and other, or do we want to make peace and make a stop to this heinous attack by criminals and supported by Abiy Ahmed and by United Arab Emirates? So today, my message is very clear. We, the Tigrayans, Dedebit Media, we broke this news that no other outlet has yet received what we have shared in Tigrinya in the last hour or so, in Arabic, now in English. Very soon we'll have another one in Amharic. Why are we doing this? We want to make sure in as many languages as possible, the international community understands that Tigrayans, Tigrayan leadership, Tigrayan diaspora, the Tigrayan Defence Forces are seeking for peace, peaceful resolution, discussion on a table for lasting peace. To make this happen, we ask the international community, especially the United States government, my government that I'm a citizen of, to stand up and say enough is enough to Abiy Ahmed and to stop this heinous crime that has been going on for too long. So I ask to the international community to tweet, to share this in every platform possible, to educate what's going on in Tigray, which is heinous crime has been committed, and Abiy Ahmed does not want to be held accountable for his heinous crimes. So we ask the Eritrean people, the Amhara people, the Afar people, the Oromo people, the Benishangul Gumuz people, and everyone in the region to rise and stand with us and be the voice for the people of Tigray. I thank you, and I thank you for all of those who stood with us during the difficult times. And for those of you who have not been aware, we hope that you can help us to bring awareness to the criminal act that Ethiopia continues to pursue in the Tigray region. While we ask for peace and justice and accountability, Abiy Ahmed fears accountability means he will be held accountable. So when a criminal continues to act in this manner, accountability means you face in front of court of law. What does that mean? Every crime committed in Tigray is recorded, which is why Abiy Ahmed does not want to come on the table and face justice. However, Tigrayans are brave, Tigrayans are strong, and justice will be served. It will be a matter of time. So the attack by drone by Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, the international community should not only condemn it, but there should be a consideration for Ethiopia to be sanctioned until it agrees to implement the Pretoria Agreement. For those of you who follow us on Dedebit Media, we will do everything that we can to bring you transparent, open, honest, factual news to you as it happens on the ground. I thank you. You have a good day if you're in Tigray. Have a good evening if you're in the United States, in Europe, and wherever you are. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon.